I'll be right back.
We'll open the meeting in a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting of the Mayor and Borough Council is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Law. This meeting is sent to Asbury Park Press on December 20, 2021, and sent to the for a presumed meeting. Since then, it has been ceased for the pandemic laws. Roll call. Oh, I'm sorry, we need to swear in first before we do that. Who's going to be swearing in?
I, Sanford Ross,
I, Sanford Ross,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of New Jersey,
and the state of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith and
allegiance to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established
established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of South Toms River Councilman
of the office of South Tome River Councilman
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
and that I will not use my office
I will not use my office
to grant preferential
to
treatment,
grant preferential treatment,
nor to seek personal gain,
nor to seek personal gain,
favor, or advantage
favor, or advantage
not available
not available
to the general public.
to the general public.
So help me God.
So help me God. If you could indulge me for just 2 minutes, I want to just read something. Just the next minute part. So if it's all right, I'd like to take just a couple of minutes, not even, just to express my sincere gratitude to so many people for their support and help in what turned into a very long election. First, I'd like to thank the many area Republican supporters, friends, and clubs from around the area: Toms River, Brick and Manchester, Lacey, Waretown, Barnegat, especially my good friends from Berkeley Township. Also Republican organizations including the New Jersey GOP, the Ocean County GOP, a number of state, county, and local elected officials, the Ocean County Federation of Republican Women, my attorney Matt Mensch, who obviously did a great job, other professionals, and especially the Southern Ocean Conservative Republican PAC, the soccer PAC. I'd like to especially thank all the many friends here in South Toms River, so many I can't mention them all, each and every one of my fellow council members, especially Mr. Bill Gleason for what was absolutely tireless effort to make this happen. I'd especially like to give extra thanks to my advisor, consultant, and friend, Mr. George Gilman, who's here. Thank you, George. One last thing, last on my list, but certainly first in my heart, is my beautiful bride, Teresa. The patience of a saint, puts up with me all the time. We are not getting, we got married once. This would not have happened without the help of each and every one of you. Thank you very much. I'll grab my stuff.
Take your seat. We take your seat.
Thank you.
Again.
Thank you. Thank you. Ed? Yeah, tell me. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
I think your seat was over there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gives
Yeah,
me-
you get to keep the computer.
That's right, I got the minutes.
It gives me the pleasure to do the roll call once again. All right, this being said, roll call. Councilman Mosley?
Here.
Councilman Cradle?
Here.
Councilman Murray?
Here.
Councilman Roshausen?
Here.
Councilman Ross?
Here.
And Councilman Chanel? And Mayor Hampshire? Here. We have a quorum, sir. Next portion of the agenda is our budget introduction, and we do have our CFO here. This is just an introduction, so this is not the public hearing for this one. So this is just a... Sorry? No. So with the budget introduction, we do not need an annual budget examination, and we do not need to amend the temporary budget at this point. So we have Resolution 96 and 97. Because of good budgeting, I would like to request to table this.
Murray.
Ross.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, those are tabled. We have Resolution 98, which is the introduction for the 2022 municipal budget. This is by title.
Ross.
Cradle.
Councilman Mosley?
Yes.
Councilman Cradle?
Yes.
Councilman Murray?
Yes.
Councilman Roshausen?
Yes.
And Councilman Ross?
Yes.
Budget is introduced. Thank you very much. Next portion of the agenda is we have the ordinances. We have ordinance 2022-4, calendar year 22 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank. This is the first reading. So I have a motion.
Ross.
Cradle.
Councilman Mosley?
Yes.
Councilman Cradle?
Yes.
Councilman Murray?
Yes.
Councilman Roshausen?
Yes.
And Councilman Ross?
Yes.
Motion approved on first reading. Ordinance 22-3, ordinance of the Borough of South Thames River, County of Ocean, New Jersey, providing for various capital improvements and related expenses for the Borough of South Thames River, appropriating $652,172,000, therefore providing for issuance of $297,313 in general improvement bonds or notes of the Borough of South Thames River to finance the same. This is the first reading. I need a motion to introduce.
Cradle.
I have a first and second. Councilman Mosley?
Yes.
Councilman Cradle?
Yes.
Councilman Murray?
Yes.
Councilman Roshausen?
Yes.
And Councilman Ross?
Yes.
Motion approved and introduced. Thank you very much. We'll move on to the public comment portion of the agenda. If anybody has questions or comments from the public, please step forward with your name and address.
Oh, she's stepping up.
Sorry, guys. Kevin McCormack, South Thunder Road in. Just want to brief down what's coming up. Just remind everybody, we do have our FEMA drill, May 9th. All the businesses have been notified. Fire department, police department, first aids are going to be here Thursday night at 6 o'clock to go over what we're preparing. Chief Tosh is going to be doing most of it. Our police drill is here. And you guys are welcome to come in and see what's going on. Some of you are on the OEM, you'll be involved in it. Got quotes on food, I'll let you know what that is when we're ready for it. We do have to buy 100 food for 150 because it's about 4 hours long. So you got to feed them. 5 o'clock at night. School, I made arrangements, contacted Joe. We're going to have to get a rider from the JIF for insurance. And we've got to cover all the firemen and everybody else that's going to be involved in this. You have Berkeley there, in Beechwood, hazmat, everything. The Nova Oil is the drill. And Chief and I will discuss what he's going to set up as a drill, or whether explosion or whatever we're going to do. All right, that will be discussed Thursday night. All right, and that's it. Any questions? Oscar?
Kevin, is that this Thursday night?
Yes, 6 o'clock, 31st. Like to see as many council as possible, in case any of the departments have questions. Mayor, for your upvote.
Brought up about, it's also a council meeting, that August meeting.
On the 9th.
May 9th, that's the other question I got to bring up. So you got to either change the date or being it's May, you just do one meeting. So you guys decide that. That's the only date I can get open for this drill.
So caucus rather than regular.
It's easier to move the meeting than it is to move the drill.
Yes.
It's only caucus rather than
Right, we just have to
regular.
notify the schools because students are on probation the following meeting, right?
All right. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. that'll help us out. Okay? No questions?
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Any other members of the public who are here for questions or comments, please step forward with your name and address.
Daniel Kessel, 7 Dell Street. So I'm here to talk about cannabis, the ordinance, and whatever that was you guys did 2 weeks ago. So expect to be sued. Your ordinance, in order for that ordinance to go through, you guys had to opt out before October 21st, because you guys said you were going, and then you didn't, which means you were going with state law. And the ordinance you just passed is not state law. You guys are saying for a year you would give me a letter. I had been calling him for over a year. He didn't say that. And all he said was, come down, I'll hand you the letter, it's taken care of, and then you put this ordinance into place. I have a belief that you guys took backroom deals. You met with medical dispensaries a few weeks before. Did you do that with any local residents? There's no transparency. You're not saying where any of the money's going. So basically, a judge is going to throw this ordinance out, and from that, your letters that you gave to these 3 medical dispensaries will be thrown out. So you're going to have to restart the process. You didn't allow any growers, you didn't allow any delivery services, no manufacturers. The applications in your ordinance, in this ordinance, you said you were going to open them and score them in public after the council meeting. That didn't happen. People got denied, and they didn't even know until after, and they were like, what just happened? That's unacceptable for $10,000 that they just lost. Your scoring system, your ordinance in here says it was going to be scored on a 0 to 100, it was the max. I've been told that some of the scores were 800. So you guys now use a different scoring system. So people turned in applications based on the first system, and you used a totally different system after the fact. So they were basically screwed. They had no shot at it. That's why I couldn't in good faith give you guys $10,000 knowing what was going on. Because I watch, I'm here all the time, I see. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, and it's something to think about. Because you guys, basically, if you run the names of 2 of the 3 that I know, it brings you back to Columbia Care, which was just bought by Crestville Labs, which makes them the biggest cannabis company in the entire world. The other one brings you back to Zenleaf, which is one of the biggest companies in the entire world. So you didn't do anybody local. You went with the medical, and because they had all the money, and you really didn't give anybody a shot. The ordinance was a sham, and unfortunately, whether it's me or any of this information now that people can have, hopefully someone will just file a lawsuit and get the whole ordinance thrown out, and you have to start over from scratch. I hate that this has to be the way it was. It really could have been done right. I've been coming to these meetings. I offered to help you guys. No one wanted to listen, and let's see where it goes now.
Any other questions, comments?
Carlos Amonsor, 16 Annapolis Township, New Jersey. I try not to ask for favors. I try to do everything 100% how it's supposed to be by the books. I was one of those people that submitted the application. I'm not wealthy to throw $10,000, but I am smart enough to know when I can invest and have a very good chance of winning. And especially if the ball is in my home park, like I had it in here. I gave you guys, I planned it, you guys went over the application. It was beyond more than what these people submitted. I had more than 10 501 that wanted to give me a recommendation letter that I hold on because I didn't want to ask for favoritism. My mother's the type of lady that the governor of New Jersey have sit down, have dinner. I never showed none of that. The district attorney of New Jersey have none of that because I thought this was going to be a fair body. I didn't came to meet none of you guys because I thought you guys were going to go by what's in the books. I went crazy. I called every favor in town to make sure this application had it how you guys wanted on this piece of paper. I had to find out that my mother as a female doesn't even count as the point. My mother as a minority doesn't even count. As a local homeowner that most of the Hispanic community in our hometown, she brought to this town. She's selling a house to an outsider every 2 months, bringing it into our hometown. If you guys would have took 2 seconds to read her application, you would have seen the type of person you guys were denying. And not just denying, cheating. Because it's cheating that not 1 second to the consideration. Then, this kid came, showed up, did everything right. Let me give you the consideration. And I showed up in here and I said to you guys, if you guys give me the opportunity, I'm going to make something crazy, beautiful for our community. I understand you say we don't need a new school, but we need new programs in our school because I'm part of that system. I don't know how to read and write. I got to pay everybody and their mother big money to do all this crazy stuff for me because I didn't have a good system. I don't want that for the future of our kids and our community. Last time we were in this building, we had all these young kids stepping out, we were giving them diplomas because of how they are doing so well. I know every single parent that was there. I don't come to this meeting, but I said in my application, I'm putting all this money back into my community. I'm not doing this for myself. Now I hear the construction is already going on. Everything is moving. I haven't even got the opportunity, not one of you guys had the opportunity to call me and say, Carlos, we screwed up, let's review this. I don't want to hurt my hometown. I got enough friends where, this is going to get out of control and I don't want that. I want my hometown to, let's move forward, but let's do things right. So please, let's find a ground and let's fix this problem. Because it's a problem that can be fixed. Mistakes happen all the time. But if we don't fix it, then we know that mistake was not a mistake. It was intentional. And that's the difference. So I want a fair opportunity. I play fair and square. I'm the type of guy that I've done a lot of stuff in my life that I regret. But for the first time, I didn't do this for me. I did it for my family, and most importantly, I did it for this community. Because I wake up at 6 in the morning every day to go to work. I know everyone that is suffering in this community, that is doing because of drugs, because of hard labor. I know everyone. That's the people that I was doing it. Because if you read my plan, I was hiring all the females. We got a big number of females here. That's the people I want to hire. Most of the people like me can't get a federal job because we got a weed record. I want to fix those people. I want to clean their record. You guys didn't even read that in that application.
Sir,
Allow me to help my town, please.
the governing body review all the applications, and we're not going to litigate it here. If you think something was done improper, you're free to your legal rights, but the governing body read every application.
So when can we sit down and...
No one's going to sit down with you, sir.
So you guys want to do
Decision's been
this the
made.
hard way?
Sorry?
No problem.
Any other questions or comments from the public? Please step forward with your name and address.
Good evening, Anna Plaza, 12 Citadel Avenue. Since the governing body has always supported Toms River Regional Schools and our students so nicely, I wanted to make you all aware that on Wednesday, April the 6th at 5 p.m., Toms River Schools will be hosting an Excellence Expo displaying the different opportunities that are available to all of our students. It's a great opportunity to go in and see what it is we do with our kids each and every day, and you can see the very best of what it is they produce from our buildings each day. There will be displays from preschool, the different arts programs, the science programs, robotics, soup to nuts.
Where is it?
It's at the arena.
Okay.
Okay. And I also wanted to make you aware that our Citizens Budget Commission hearing is this Wednesday at 6 p.m. in the High School North Media Center. And if you or our residents want to see where your school tax dollars are going, it's a great opportunity to sit there and get a comprehensive look at where each dollar in the budget goes. Okay?
At the arena, what time is that? 6 p.m. Wednesday.
5 p.m. on the 6th at the arena, 6 p.m. this Wednesday in the High School North Media Center. Thank you.
There's also a march, April 2nd, in downtown Toms River it's for all of Ocean County, 9 a.m., to get a transitional housing, since we're the only county in the entire state that doesn't have a homeless shelter. So it'd be nice to see some of you guys down there.
Any other questions or comments from the public?
April 2nd at 9 a.m. It starts at the church, on Hooper Avenue, and it's going to end at the 101 Hooper Ave, next to the prosecutor's office.
Seeing no other questions or comments, do I have a motion to close public comment? All in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none? We close public comment. We do have executive session if needed, or we can go to consent. I'm going to defer to Council President and the Mayor. Not on mine.
Yeah, do you want to discuss the, are we doing another, we're going to do another interview?
Yeah, we can definitely discuss that.
We discussed that in executive, but
Yeah.
formal action will be taken, so you don't just adjourn the meeting, all right? No formal action is going to be taken.
No action is going to be taken now.
Want to go through the consent and then?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, all right. So we'll go through the consent agenda. Consent agenda is considered routine by the Borough of South Thames River. There need to be no formal discussion on these items. If discussion is desired, the item will be removed from consent agenda and considered separately. We have Resolution 90, authorizing employment agreement with Joseph Kostecki by title. 100, approving council minutes at executive session, March 14th. With Resolution 101, tax sale certificate 21-00002. Resolution 102 is a tax sale certificate 21-00006. 103 is cancellation of tax overpayment or delinquent amounts less than $10. Resolution 104 is authorizing use of Mathis Plaza to Deepwood Blazers for a car wash fundraiser on May 14th by title. We have accepting surplus property through Ocean County Vehicle Services, which would be the van donation. And Resolution 107, which is a resolution in support, is for the swift passage of Senate Bill 330, which restores the energy tax receipts.
I just got one question for you.
I do have a question, too. Not a question, but we spoke about that walk-on for Anna, for the school.
Yes, that was not the energy tax receipts.
Huh?
We had two of them, two walk-ons, sorry. That was a 109 for the school.
Okay.
That was for the testing.
Right.
The testing, yes.
Oh, I know.
That would be Resolution 109.
It's not on here. Anna, you want to explain to them, it's a resolution that I spoke with Joe today about doing as a walk-on, but Anna can tell you what it is. It has to be tested in the schools.
This could be.
Yes, ma'am. So the state of New Jersey, the New Jersey State Board of Education and the Department of Education have reinstituted a high school exit exam to be taken in the spring of a student's junior year. The exam is being administered for the very first time, it was administered for the very first time, the first week of March. It's a brand new, untested, unnormed exam that the NJDOE kind of threw together based on the old park assessments. So if you all remember the park debacle where, back in 2016, I believe, was the last test that these students took. About 50% of them failed the exam. Those test questions were based on that exam, and it's not been normed. The NJ Board of Education, despite the NJDOE's recommendation, set the cut score at 750 out of a possible 850. NJDOE wanted 725. Despite the educators on the Board of Education's protest that this exam had not been normed yet, they determined that it was going to count for this year for high school graduation rather than norm the test first. So for the class of 2023, who they anticipate is going, 50% of the class of 2023 in New Jersey is going to fail this exam, and in September, August, September, right around college application season, they're going to receive a letter that says that they don't currently qualify to graduate, and they're going to have to use an alternate means. The alternate means is a alternate assessment, SAT, PSAT, ACT, AccuPlacer, the ASVAB, or a portfolio review. The portfolio review requires that the students take 2 class periods a day their senior year to prepare a portfolio. That requires a lot of time and effort by district staff.
What are you asking for?
So sorry. So we're just asking, there is, I apologize. There is a Senate Bill 2349 and Assembly Bill 3196 will make these tests a field test. So they won't count for graduation for this year. Just asking for support for those folks. The bill has passed the Assembly. The Senate is set to take it up in their next voting session. And we're just looking for support for our students for the class of 2023.
So it'd be a resolution to support S2349, you said?
And Assembly what?
3196.
Gotcha. So 2349 Senate and A3196.
Yes. Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you.
So a motion to adopt the consent without amendment.
Do we need a motion then? Ross?
All in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, motion approved. We have a bill list, Resolution 2022-105, authorizing the March bill list.
Do you have an extra builder? Yes. He has them.
I can
Why won't Joe? Joe lately is
Yes. I don't have a problem.
You know, all these years, I always complained about the food.
It's a waste of paper. You know, you can look at it and
That's what a guy can't manage. I'll never believe that. I can't
Hey Billy, who does the maintenance on yours? Cars?
Jersey Shore Automotive, the same company that does our towing.
Yeah, I saw it on there and I was like, wait a minute, why are they calling them? Wait a minute, they must do.
Yeah, they do a lot, yeah.
Certainly no good for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than we had, but it's, you know, we've been using the dealership for a lot of the engine stuff. Yeah, like diagnostic stuff, we're going back to the dealership now, but it's just quicker and easier that way.
the ones that
Yeah.
That's the devil. You want that? I give you that, John. I put the money behind you.
If anything, go on the left side.
You think I'm playing? I'm on the shop.
To go over the Yeah, but Chuck's is gone.
The second the judge sees what they did, he's gonna throw the ball in. It's not like they're supposed to walk away. They did what they did was illegal. They were off. Thrown out. Under this multiple points, they were thrown out for the big one.
And you can always do it, the ones that will show up on the next bills. And then you just check that stuff.
You got your motion?
No, it'll get done quick.
Yeah.
What's going on with the CSC and stuff like that.
And before I got it. Yeah. Lucky first.
This bill, I guess.
No, they only fixed one of the two phones here. This guy's knocked off one. 16. That works. 17 doesn't work. But 16 doesn't work.
17 doesn't work?
Yes.
Okay.
So I wondered if.
No, it's okay. I just want to say.
Yeah, it's not. Are they both on the same?
They both come,
On the same
all
bill?
three bills come different times.
Okay.
They're supposed to be three.
Good. 16 and 17 in the same.
That doesn't matter, they're the one that come out the same time.
Okay.
So you still have one phone that's down.
What do you spend money on?
Okay.
Any missing money this week?
Now that I've already said-
Any extra money this week?
They have to be hard line.
What's the motion, Council President?
The ones that need to be pulled.
Just whatever, yeah, paying the bills with the removal of what bills?
Right, motion to approve with the removal of those two
We
bills.
have to announce.
And that's-
What those,
Do you know what the numbers,
you don't, just what the vendors is sufficient.
our labor attorney?
Orlando.
Orlando.
Okay, the other one is?
What was the other one? You have to take.
Violence?
Yes.
Is it, clarifying, is it paying contingent on satisfactory answer, or is it pulling them all together for these bills? What are we?
I want more clarification.
Okay.
Now, the one has clarification, it's just that, I don't know if, when we went out, did we go for?
Closed session.
Yeah.
Well, you can approve contingent on satisfactory answer. Otherwise, we don't pay those bills. That's what it is.
All right, so we'll do it based on that, and then if we're not satisfied.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. All right, so I had Moses as first, with second?
Cradle.
Cradle, and all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, those are paid contingent on those respective motions. We have reports.
I've had the copies of my report, monthly report on everyone. On the dynasty. I'd just like to go over a couple of things. Negotiation committee has met with the police department for the last 3 weeks, and we're getting close to agreeing. We're getting close there. Couple things, recycling committee, participated in a seminar for municipal tonnage grant, which is due at the end of April. That's every year. That's the money that the borough receives for the amount of recycling we do every year. And there's a grant formula that we have to put together. Thankfully, South Thames River has given me all the information that I need. It's just a matter of getting the reports from our private haulers, like Waste Management, Tri-State, and other companies, so I can complete that report. Participated in an OEM meeting on the 23rd of this month. Public Works, I met with Councilman Tome regarding the center home issues we have at the center home's playground, and we met with our Public Works supervisor, Ronell Decker, regarding some issues at Public Works, and I was able to attend the Manitou Park Fire Department installation dinner.
Did you take my paper from over here? So I have some other papers on it. These are mine.
Already you start, right?
Where'd my papers go? Is it my turn?
Yes.
Andy, did you get everybody in line on that side of the table?
I'm trying.
I'm new here.
I sent everybody email, the police report. I'll just go over it really quick. Nobody said they had any issues. I know we talked about our last meeting, the police talking about hiring a 13 full-time instead of the 2 SLEOs.
Right.
But when we discussed it again, Chief said he looked at the numbers and it's not gonna work. It's not cost effective due to overtime benefits increase. Also, the Lacey chief wants to take another 2 of our officers. And the chief is not gonna permit any more lateral transfers at this time, and he just wants to make sure that we back him on this. Out of 5 crossing guard applications, only 1 came back, and that applicant acquired another job. So the chief will advertise for another, for crossing guards again. Accreditation is due in a year from now. The chief and Lieutenant Snipe are working on it. And Snipe will be taking over the process after shadowing the chief. As far as new vehicles, the month of March, the first vehicle will go into the shop to be built. The 2 other vehicles will go in April, correct? And the department should be in possession of all vehicles by the end of April. Everybody has seen the police report, or should have. It was in our mailboxes. The only thing I can add to that is de-escalation training is due April 15th, and our police department will be done and in compliance, and training is ongoing. And just the last thing, I just did a budget recap to ask, because I missed the last budget meeting because we were doing interviews, so, or whatever we do. I missed them, but I just wanted to see what they took out of the budget, just to make sure I could go over it again, and we didn't have the same issue that we had before. I attended the Manitou Park Fire installation dinner, and also a couple of OEM meetings, and I'm probably forgetting something, but I think that's it.
Negotiating committee, we've got the police department, like Oscar said, seems like we're getting some headway. The DDW, we have Becker about the lockers, which is taken care of. They will be picked up, purchased and picked up. We have to go pick them up. It saves us like $400 in shipping if we don't pick them up. So they will be picked up within possibly the next week or so. We talked about, Sandy, for the playgrounds, the mulch for the playgrounds, it's about $2,000, I think, to get both of them done. The Brook Forest and down in Drakefield. We can split a load of it, you know, half over here, half over there. So we have that, but I talked to Judy on that. I bring that there, but it's tens of million figures. We haven't ordered that yet, but that's been taken care of. And it's pretty much all I have.
Thanks.
I'll be quick this one.
Oh, good.
All I got is after we had for about the drill, and that's it. I also want to thank Chris for getting me the information that I requested on the bills real, between him and Joe, I got it real quick. I was actually shocked when I got it first thing on Monday morning.
Well, you have to call him 3 times?
No, I didn't, I just sent an email, a reply email between Joe and Chris, they were there. So thank you.
I participated in interview committee. We interviewed, I think, 4 people for a clerk's position. It was a pretty long day. Also, I spoke with the chief in support of his denying lateral transfer with other departments of the chief officers that we have now. And I've been going back and forth and playing tag pretty much with JCP&L and Sheriff Massinardi with this, the light with camera we've been trying to get set up, and finally I think we're going to get that taken care of, Chief.
So I spoke to the sheriff on Tuesday, the day I called you. He said that the holdup was a $30,000 bill that they had to fit for air cars for the units. I think they have 20 of them going up through the county. So they had to put $30,000. He had to go to freeholders for some money. They got the money transferred, and we're supposed to be the first unit to be installed on our Northern Route 9.
Good, thanks. Yeah, that was, it took a while, but we tracked it down. We also went to the county road improvement meeting when me and Tommy were there, and we actually started getting some things done. They painted in the intersection there that don't block the box thing, I guess, where you get off the parkway there and get onto Double Trouble Road. And there's been a problem there with people blocking the box. Because if you notice, they've taken care of it. They painted in some line. I don't know how well it's going to work, but it's there. So people just have to obey the traffic signals. Also, I guess the drainage situation that was across from Luigi's, they worked on that. They put some sort of rocks and stuff down in there to take care of that. And also, we finally, looks like we're going to be going ahead with the rail trail has been finally taken care of. The county's taken care of everything we need to finish up the Barnegat Rail Trail. It's coming through South Tom's River, which I was really happy to hear about it. That's been a long time into works. Other than that, I guess the only thing we haven't gotten taken care of is I'm still trying to get the water lines over to Mathis Plaza. I've been working, that's going to require some more, looks like, intervention with our attorneys with some right-of-ways problems. So the county helped us out a lot, but they wouldn't help us with that, which we tried. But pretty much that's it for my report then. Thanks.
Greg, did they mention anything about Worth Street at that meeting? Because I know they had.
Yeah, I think, yeah, they did. The whole thing is like a grading problem right now, and they're addressing, looking into that further. That's as far as I guess they've gotten so far, looking into it.
Okay, well, I'm glad that they're talking at least.
Yeah, yes.
Thanks.
We have executive session, that's a resolution 99. So that's for purposes of attorney-client privileges. There's the motion. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And there won't be any
Official actual
obligations.
You can adjourn the
Motion to adjourn following executive session. I'll second the adjournment.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? See none? We adjourn as well. Thank you. Okay.